What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to one of the craziest Pokemon shows on the internet, period. And today we're currently in Busan, South Korea, and we're going to be banging around there until we finish off in Yokohama, Japan, somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock. We'll go over there for about another 30 or 45 minutes, and then we'll close the show out. Tonight's a short show. I wasn't even planning on doing one, but Hunter's over here streaming too, so I figured if we're going to get in here and chat, might as well stream at the same time. What's up, Hunter? And it looks like I missed out on my Togetic. Just trying to click on it. Alrighty then. Help if I turn on screen mirror, wouldn't it? There we go. And I am working on my blue account right now, trying to hit that 36. Welcome to the show, Team Aqua. Welcome to the show, Ramster. You can't stay. Alright, well, sorry to come on so late tonight anyway, Ramster. I was not feeling real good today. I wasn't even planning on streaming. Today's show, tomorrow's show, and probably Mondays are going to be really short. But Tuesday, after I pick up Little Man and after I get my medicine, I'm planning on a full show that night. Me and AJ will be doing a full show that night, at least until he passes out, that is. Yeah, I can hear you. Sniping for Dragonites. Where are you sniping for Dragonites at, Team Aqua? New York. I try not to do New York this late at night because usually the raids are already done by now. The raids only stick around in Santa Monica until 9 p.m. So I know in New York they're gone by 6 p.m. I think. So I'm doing some. Go ahead. Wait. I'm doing some sniping over here in Busan, South Korea right now. I'm gonna do some sniping there for a little while. I got everything set to like 50 and above, and I have very specific set of Pokemon selected so that I can go after like Bagons, Mareeps, Dragonites, Dratini's, stuff like that. Yeah, that's going away pretty soon, ain't it? That's why you need to have more than one account. a good way to get your main account banned, dude.
Anyway, the stream just ended for my PokemonGO, so I'll just briefly tell you what I'm catching. Every time I try to stream, I'm like, oh, what am I doing? And then it's crashing.
Do you got it set up so it hides the name of your account?
Well, the stream crashed, so it really doesn't matter now. I'll go out when I get bored of Smokin, but I'll be in there.
Welcome to the show, Voodoo Ghost.
Need to get more people in here.
I'm not really worried about it until after I get my medicine Tuesday. Then I'll be willing to hammer on it. That looks like a Ralts there. That doesn't look like what I selected.
I'm smoking at the park and then I had so.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. That would be why. Lovely. I started next week's account already. It's already sitting on 17. Trying to knock it out earlier this time, that way I don't have to be waiting right up until the last minute. Here's the coordinates for a Togetic for anybody that wants it. I think it's a pretty good one, 1310.
Testing. Here we go, got it.
You're a lot louder. You're a lot louder now.
My mic is pretty close.
What the?
That way I don't have to push the top.
Wow, and then he ran. Lovely.
What?
He ran. But here's another one right here, so I'll just go grab this one instead.
Yeah. This is technically supposed to be a PokemonGO talk. What's your opinion on PokemonGO rid of the legendary battles or like not having them anymore. Like the ones that they bring in, just getting rid of them. Do you like that at all, or do you think that's ridiculous?
Well, after a while, they'll probably bring them back just like they did with these. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming they'll bring them back until they figure out something else to add to the game. There's nothing much else they can do except bring them back.
Yeah, I haven't got me a Mewtwo yet. Let me give me one of those.
Because without trading, I mean, there's really no other way to get it.
Yep.
But they've been
Coralaya at New York, the Manhattan Park.
you got some people that are there. Team Aqua's there in New York with you.
Yeah.
Let me put a 2-minute timer on this.
Dang, it's breaking out. What do you think's key in PokemonGO spoofing?
Me?
I thought it'd be AJ.
Well, that too. But we're waiting on getting him once we get him a Apple device, then he'll be back up on top.
Yeah. Ooh, Pokemon that I just caught I actually did not have. It is surprising. Ladybug. Got a Slowpoke, got a Horsey here.
I'm trying to save all my my lucky eggs this time till toward the end on that new account. That way I can finish the push to 25 pretty easily. I already got 3 lucky eggs left on it.
Yeah.
I figure with 3 lucky eggs, if I don't use them until like 21, 22, that last push ought to be pretty easy.
Yeah. I think I understand why, but I think it's kind of stupid that the raid battles end in certain areas at certain times. What's that? I think it's just for like server stability, so it doesn't like go crazy and crash all the time. You know, PokemonGO can't stop spoofing. They're just gonna find other ways around it. Most spoofers are gonna find other ways around it.
Yup.
I'd like to go to New York.
Wow, that is the second one that I've had run on me.
What is it?
Freaking Togetic.
Where are you at? You in New York?
No, Busan.
New York. I don't even have a Togetic. I think we'll get one of those. Yeah, tomorrow.
Can't believe that thing ran on me. Another one. There's another one over here.
I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this Tennessee weather.
You're in Tennessee too?
Yeah, I'm in Patoka. This area.
There is a Venusaur. within walking distance of where I was at. I'm gonna go grab this first.
I'm gonna give me a Blastoise and a Venusaur, then I've done completed the starter evolutions. Completed those. He's already got a Charizard. He's got a Trump Tower.
Okay, I'm not soft banned, so there goes that theory about why the Togetic started running on me.
Maybe they're just hating you today.
I don't know, man. 2 of them back to back. It's enough to give anybody a complex.
That is suspicious, though.
Venusaur ain't nothing to write home about, but it's worth the candies. Wow. So much for getting those extra candies. He jumped right out.
I'm gonna have to mute my audio through my phone. Echo terribly. You have allergies too, or is it just me?
I've got allergies and I just ain't been feeling good at all.
Yeah. See, the one thing that is good about your smoke breaks is you smoke outside. My dad smokes inside, so that's kind of bad for us.
Yeah, I would never do that to my kids, dude.
Yeah, because I don't want to get secondhand. I don't want to get cancer from secondhand smoking. A flea bass on that. Never will catch you because I don't have it. And I do live in a small town, and the closest good grip Pokestop is about a 5-6 minute drive. What's the best city you've ever moved to?
It's a toss-up between Barcelona, Santa Monica, and Yokohama. I like all 3 of them.
Yeah. Now I can agree with you with what you said about Mystic. If we lived by the Santa Monica Pier, we wouldn't be spoofing. We'd be down there all day.
Yeah, no, he's got such a hard life, don't he? Even from inside his apartment, he can still hit Pokestops and gyms.
He's like, oh, spoofers are bad. If you see a spoofer, report him. Like, people can't go out to a pier every day, catch thousands of Pokemon.
Well, even when it was raining there, and he had to catch from inside his apartment, the stuff was right there on top of him. He could actually do raid battles from inside his apartment.
He must have it set up like that. He must have contacted Niantic or something. Caught my feet ass. Oh my god, what does it evolve into?
Milotic. Zycor 1234. Hello, welcome to the show.
Whoa, this is new. It says walk with your buddy Feebas to evolve this Pokemon.
Well, you gotta have the 100 candies too. You get the 100 candies, and then you gotta walk 20 kilometers afterwards.
I was about to say, hey, I walked 20 kilometers just to get this thing evolved without any candy. I lost my 5Ks there. 2016.
Dude, my ear hurts so bad and it's peeling, which lets me know that I probably damaged it in some way. I fell asleep. I fell asleep again today with my damn sunglasses on top of my head.
What's hurting?
Do what?
What is hurting?
I said my ears. The top of my ear is hurting because I fell asleep with my sunglasses on. So it's peeling now.
Is Joker there?
No, I don't know where the hell Joker is. I just messaged him before I come home and told him that I was going to be live doing a show from 8:30 to 10:30, and I said, why don't you try surprising me and actually try coming and watching the show for a change, or being a moderator.
Yeah. So, I got my friend Quasa. My friend dared me to name it Crackhead, so that's what I named it.
Let's see if I'm 3 for 3 on them running. Nope, he didn't run yet. Oh my god, that was weak. You can tell I've had my Poke Plus connected all day today farming, because I ain't even throwed one Pokeball until I got live tonight.
Yeah. What's your least favorite Pokemon in PokemonGO?
It fucking ran again, dude. Right now, the Togetic. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That was 3 in a row. 3 in a row, dude. Wow.
Jeez.
And I'm not banned. I'm not soft banned. It's just running for no reason whatsoever.
You think your game's just being dumb?
It's kind of weak. What's up, Team Instinct?
What's up, Team Instinct? Let them know we're going in the voice channel.
I'm very seriously considering not going after any more Togetics tonight.
Yeah.
It's getting on my nerves.
Yep. And the reason sometimes I come in the stream and then I leave like 30 seconds after is either I went to bed, went to go get something to eat, or got in the shower. One of the three.
I don't see any bag-ons listed. I wonder if anybody's ever found a Whale Lord fully evolved that way already. You know how you can Whale Lord. You know how you can find Blissey's fully evolved. I wonder if they got Whale Lords that are fully evolved.
That's a good question. I know you can catch Groudon in a while. That's a rare chance of that happening.
This is gonna be my last attempt at a freaking Togetic. If it doesn't stay in the ball this time, I'm done tonight on them. Done.
Don't scream. Don't scream. I got my headphones in my ears and I want to be. My ears are smart tonight.
You know, I would give you guys the coordinates, but I don't think you want coordinates to something that runs every single time.
Yeah, well, it's different for some people, so it's like if I runs for you, it stays for the other person. Because I caught a, I can't remember what the name was of it, but I caught one, and then it ran for my cousin.
I don't have any pineapple berries. Need to farm some for my blue account.
Wait, you can switch, like, items from different accounts?
No, I just connect that account up, hook up my Poke Plus Plus, and just let it farm.
They need to add that.
You know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna try freaking throwing a gold raspberry on this thing right off the bat. I wonder if I should wait 2 minutes.
I'm in middle school, so the other day, the high school, which is right next door to us, went on lockdown because there was some kind of gun threat that happened there, but they didn't find any weapons.
Okay.
That's why we don't feel safe about going to public schools. You don't want to go to school and get yourself shot.
Yeah, times have changed, dude. Back in the day when I was actually going to school, worst thing you had to worry about was getting in a fight with somebody or getting stabbed. Nowadays, kids are coming to school and shooting people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know, worst thing back then is you had to worry about getting chased around school by a bully and, you know, getting your ass beat. Nowadays, you got to worry about whether or not you're going to make it home alive.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Every day you go to school, you gamble with life.
Every day that my daughter goes to school they're gambling with their life.
Yeah.
Because they mess with my daughter, and they're going to have to worry about getting away from me.
Yeah. I don't know if there's enough room on the new setup, but you should, like, you know the softband chart that you had, the cooldown chart? You should, like, try putting that somewhere in the string so people can see it, that way they don't ask.
I have it pinned in the general channel.
Yeah, I saw it up there. Screenshot that, do something with that.
Well, it went through a gold raspberry and it still didn't stay. You would figure a gold raspberry would make a Togetic stay on the first try. Especially if you're using an Ultra Ball. Hey! It finally caught one. Yay!
Yay. Hey, I turned the phone off. Can you hear me? I might put the phone to where it's not running the screen.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Alright, just making sure.
I got 43 Togepi candies. Let's see what level this is. Above average.
So you're gonna homeschool AJ or just send him to regular school?
Just send him to school.
Yeah, I wish I could be homeschooled. Anytime I'm home, I know I can have a weapon ready, so if someone breaks in, I get out of my house. You know what I mean?
He don't have a whole lot to worry about. He's got an 18-year-old brother that would probably stomp somebody's ass if they started messing with him.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he's got one of the craziest dads in this city. And that's no joke. Have you ever heard of another dad that was able to make a principal cry?
Nope.
Sure did. When the principal, they used to go to school over here at Forks River Middle School, and Mercedes and Scott, they got picked on by some people. This before they switched to Gordonsville High School, and I went straight up in there, shut the door behind me, and before I left that office, she was crying.
That's crazy. Like, freaking Castle just ran for me. I'll go for that Aeron, see if I can get a shiny Aeron. Have you got you a shiny one yet?
No. I got one on AJ's account and haven't got one since.
Yeah. I got me a shiny Magikarp and or rare spoof in the Zoo City. I got me one there, so I was pretty happy about that catch.
Here's the coordinates to a bag on if you guys want it.
This is pretty fun. We should do like this more often.
Yeah, I would actually like to get like 4 people together and just have like a round table.
Yeah, you can set limits to how many people can join the group at a time when you're like doing the call. What's the best place you've gone on vacation to?
Oh shit, that's a good question. I would have to say it's either Ohio or the Smoky Mountains, one of the two.
The only place I've been that's pretty cool is freaking Branson, Missouri, or Disney World. I was in Disney World in 2010.
Well, the reason I say Ohio is that's where I grew up at. So it's cool to be able to take Mercedes back there and show her around where I grew up and let her meet the rest of her family and stuff.
Yeah. If you go to like the Branson, Missouri, there's this train you can ride through there. It's like a scenic train. It's pretty cool. Why is PokemonGO lagging so bad, man? Holy crap, it's lagging.
Are you playing on an Android?
Yeah, I'm playing on LG.
Yep, that would explain it. My LG plays good for about the first 1 or 2 updates, and then after that, it gradually just starts slowing down. If you want to see Pokemon Go run better than it's ever ran before, play it on an Apple one time. It will change your whole thought on this game.
Apple's ridiculously expensive. I can't afford that.
They're actually not that bad. If you get one off of like eBay or something like that.
Yeah, just get it off eBay and just use it for PokemonGO. It's a good idea.
That's what I use it for. I mean, I could put a straight talk SIM card in it and make it work off of that, but there's really no need when my LG phone, my LG Stylo 3, works perfectly good for just as a regular phone and stuff, and the only thing I use this one for is playing Pokemon on.
Yep.
Wait, what the hell?
I'm trying to get my
Okay, wait.
5K here.
Certainly caught my attention. What is that? I'm trying to think what level that is. Hold on here.
What's it look like? What's it say?
No, I'm talking about... Okay, Wonder is 80 to 100. Certainly caught my attention is 67 to 79. I could always just take a damn screenshot and that would tell me for sure what it is. Like so.
Hang on a minute. I'm gonna have to mute my mic for a second. Hang on.
Okay. What the hell just happened? Lovely. Lovely. I went to check IVs on this and it just completely crashed Pokemon Go. Yeah. Nice. So much for checking IV using it.
Alright, I'm back. You may hear like a buzz in the background, that's just the fan in the room. It's a fan in the room.
Alright, it's a 78%. Not bad.
What's the best thing you've ever gotten out of an egg?
Hell if I know. Gotten about everything out of an egg.
I can't wait till I get out of school.
Yeah, why's that?
Because I'm planning on going to work for the railroad.
I thought you were getting ready to say you plan on going to work for the circus. You running away to the circus?
No, I'm going to work for Canadian National. So, I'm planning on being an engineer, so I'm going to start off as a conductor.
What's up, Dennis Plays Games? Welcome to the show.
Be driving those metal beasts down the train tracks. I'm just surprised I didn't get the flu this year. With everyone coming to school sick and crap, I'm just so surprised I didn't get it. Just a side note.
Yeah, I can post the link for Discord for you, but Lewis, if you join Discord, you need to read the disclaimer that's on there. Especially the part about this being a private Discord server. And if your sole purpose of joining Discord is to turn in any members or anyone's accounts on this server, that you're not allowed on the server.
So I can work for Niantic.
Or if you tell somebody who happens to work for Niantic.
Where probably the lawsuits even though that won't work. AKA the lawsuit should be immediate ban. Tired today. Have you ever been to Memphis?
It's in the general text chat. It's a pinned topic. In fact, here, I'll go ahead and
Is that? How much a grown pig?
Yeah, I know, we're getting close. We're pushing it hard.
Yep. I'm at 244 last time I checked, like I said a few minutes ago. I can go up subscribers and lose them, and then go up and lose them, go up and lose them. It's annoying.
Yeah, we just lost. We were up at 285 and now we're back down 284.
I hate when people do that, subscribe and unsubscribe.
Hey, it's fine with me, dude. They can either subscribe or they can leave. Either one, don't care.
Yeah. I just realized that my Discord thing, I put 3 G's in my name. I'll fix that later. Where's Mr. Rabbit? Oh my god, it's small. Have you realized I can have certain Pokemon are bigger and then the other one, like the same thing, smaller later on?
Yeah, they say that it has to do with their actual size in the game, but that doesn't always hold true either. Because I've seen ones that were rated an extra small and their actual in-game model was like huge compared to a regular one.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think that's them just trying to cover the fact that they messed up.
Yeah, I think I completed the evolution for Smokin. Oh, be a shiny Duskull. Come on. Dang it. Okay, so how do you tell if it's a shiny Duskull?
A shiny Duskull is maroonish red.
Oh yeah, the whole body's red. So that, never mind.
The reason I know it is because I have one.
Lucky.
I have a shiny Sableye too.
And I think shiny Sableyes are golden.
Yeah.
Pochino. Or is that it? Creepy Manic Giga. I'm just trying to get my 5K hatched.
Who the hell is Lewis talking about?
What's he at saying?
He's saying, hey Storm, what's her name? I think he's talking about you, dude.
I ain't a girl. Then.
Don't blame him, man. It's hard for somebody that's never seen one before to know the difference.
Wait, what?
I said, don't blame him. It's hard for somebody that's never seen a girl before to tell the difference.
Ah. You're right. Dang, I just lost where that Pochino was and it took me back to where I was in my current location. The college that's named after me in New York.
No, the reason I pointed him to the disclaimer is because I was told by somebody that he was actually spying for somebody else.
So spying for someone?
Yep.
Weird. Can't trust people these days, like you said. I don't work for anything, but if I did, there'd just be Pokestops everywhere. In fact, they absolutely said Pokestops would just be a field of Pokestops.
Damn, there's 100 IV Beldum.
Well, I'm over in New York right now.
I don't know where this one's at.
Also, I'm nearby New York. I'm worried about it. Well, ready for the next community day?
I actually would have been more ready for it if it would have been an Eevee instead of the Bulbasaur. So I think a white Eevee would be a hell of a lot more pimp than a yellow Bulbasaur. Billy Pilgrim, welcome to the show. This guy keeps saying the same thing over and over again, so figured I'd just time him out.
What do you keep saying? Who's that girl?
Yeah, what's her name?
Oh. Next time he doesn't get his ban on him. I may sound like one, but I'm not. Did you have siblings when you were growing up?
No, I didn't have a brother until I was almost 17.
Try growing up with two sisters. And having Drama Queen Central live in your neighborhood. Just World War III up there. My neighborhood's just annoying.
Here's another Venusaur.
Every time I log on to PokemonGO, it crashes out. Restart it. Trying to get my 5K hatched from 2016 is when I got this one.
What the hell?
I can get an egg from New York, like a 10K from New York. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's 100 IV Beldum.
Nice. So you're on the same time zone as I am, Central Standard Time?
Mm-hmm.
So it's 9:36 for you?
Yep. hell?
That's weird because your area is on the other side of National, right?
I am between Lebanon and Cookville. And I had another one run. It was a little piece of shit Venusaur, and he ran anyway. Lovely. Must be something in the air today.
Running fever. You know, my fourth period class is so immature. Oh, here's my 5K. So we got. It's Paris. You gotta be kidding me. Transfer. Looking cutoff.
Damn, there's a Larvitar, but I bet I don't have enough time to get it. I can try it real quick. If it runs, I really haven't lost anything if it runs.
I'll be spinning Pokemon sauce and butts on so I can get me a freaking egg of 85 pineapple berries. Get rid of 45 and a half of them. A 4-day streak. Trying to get me an egg from New York. I could never find where you were spoofing during the Safari event. Safari. Is it over or is it still going on?
Somebody said it's still going on until Monday.
You ready for the next community day?
Dude, you just asked me that a minute ago.
Oh, well, my audio messed up there. I cut out and it wasn't working, so I don't know if it did.
I said I would be more excited about it if it was Eevee instead of Bulbasaur.
Yeah. I asked that tonight. My microphone stopped working. I couldn't talk, so I had to restart the thing.
Larvitar just ran. Oh, that one was kind of far from the other one, though. What was that? There's another bag on. This one's supposed to be closer.
So what does a bag on look like? Is it green?
No, I think it's bluish gray with white hair.
Is it original?
No. It's what turns into Salamence. It's the one on this.
I told you my CP on my Groudon.
It's the one on this account that's named Mr. Sashimi. What's the CP on your Groudon?
2306.
Not
It's
bad.
a baby. I haven't appraised it yet. Let's appraise it.
Maybe I got this bag on already?
Says he can battle with the best of them. Its best quality is hit points. Its attack is great too. The stats are the best I've ever seen. No doubt about it.
couple of raids going on here close by. Nothing real good though, just a level 4.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from the voice channel and I'll be in the show, alright?
Alrighty. I'm only gonna be doing this for probably another hour.
Alright, man. I'll see you in the chat.
Alright, see you in the chat. Bye. Let me disconnect this damn thing. Now let's see. Why does it keep selecting the same one even though I'm on top of this freaking onyx right here? There we go. A choke. There's an Aerodactyl. Another Venusaur right there. That's not bad. It's 84%. Get my mouse to act right. No, this one's to a Venusaur. Well, it'd be great if I had some pineapple berries. Ugh. What do you mean, what happens to my screen for the game? Oh, yeah. About that. I turned off screen mirroring and forgot. Sorry about that. What's up, Ryan Mosby? Welcome back to the show. And of course I had that one run on me as well. If you would have been able to see the screen, you would have seen it run on me again. I think that's the one I was just on. Wow, when you zoom out, it's or zoom in, it's amazing what all you can see. Makes clicking on these things a whole lot easier. I don't think I have this one yet. This is another bag on. We'll see if I've got this one or not. Maybe I got it, I don't know. It ain't popping up on the screen. So maybe I already got it. Here's a new bag on right here. It's got to be a new one because this one's got 22 minutes left on it. .179.731. Yeah, this one has to be new. So I don't remember one being next to a Pokestop. Wait a second. Maybe I ought to spin this first and see if I can get a find that berry. Heck no. That would be too easy. That means if you are on Discord server and you have been made into a purple named straight up regular user, not a guest, a straight up regular user, that means you can see links and pinned topics and stuff like that on the server. If you can see that, then you don't belong on there. If you fall under any of that criteria, you need to ask a mod to take away your user status and leave the Discord server. That's what it means. In other words, if you can see the disclaimer message, and you can see the files that are pinned on the server, and you don't belong on there for any of the information that's listed in that disclaimer, then you need to leave the Discord server and ask somebody that they remove your user status. Our Discord server is for members of my team only. And if you fit any of the other criteria, in other words, you resort to spying for somebody else, Mystic 7, Trainer Tips, Niantic themselves, or any other government agency, or any company for that matter, you don't have permission to use my Discord server. That's what that means. Pretty sad that I gotta resort to the old school disclaimer methods of BBS days to take care of people that are joining our server just to be a spy for somebody else that wants you on here to turn people in or to report back file names and stuff of the various spoofing applications that we create for our users only. Stuff like that. And there's more than one person that's on our server to do just that, to spy and report back information. I found out from some other people that have pointed out a lot of people's names that are in various anti-hacking, anti-spoofing channels for other people that have done nothing but turn people in, tell on people, stuff like that. They pointed me to some channels of those people that have a lot of people on this server's names as their friends and on their other channels. No, that doesn't mean anything. You can be made a regular user by anybody on the server. But if we find out later on that you shouldn't be here, then you shouldn't be here. If it states it in the disclaimer, if any of that criteria in that disclaimer fits you in any way, shape, or fashion, please leave and ask somebody to take your user status away on the way out. We're trying to make an environment where people can actually get help and learn how to actually use the spoofing applications. There's enough people out there that are in our face about anti-spoofing and whatnot, turning people in and stuff. We don't need people sneaking around behind our backs trying to stick a knife in one of our backs. If you're going to actually be an anti-spoofer, then be an anti-spoofer. Don't try to be a spy and slip around and tell on people and stuff, because if that's what you're doing, then you have no reason being here. I don't know, but they are. And Luis Hernandez is one of them. He was actually, his name was pointed straight out to me, along with a screenshot of a channel that had his name in it, that people were turning other people in and being told to turn other people in. Exactly. Some people don't like watching somebody that goes out and spends tons of money on cafes and expensive plane tickets to go to other countries to catch one Pokemon and to rub it in everybody else's faces that they have more money than you do because of them. You know, and the whole reason that they have that money is because they have subscribers. So them trying to rub it in people's faces, that's uncalled for. I mean, because they wouldn't have money to go out to eat and buy plane tickets and pay for hotels and everything else if it wasn't for the subscribers in the first place. So yeah, as soon as I found out about that, the very next thing I did was make that disclaimer screen, because that's probably how Niantic found out about the cloned version of fake GPS location that we had that was working, and that's why it stopped working shortly after that. The new application that I have on there for spoofing on Android works just fine. That's why I cloned it first thing before I posted it to the Discord server. They started changing their update frequency. In other words, the rate at which it checks the GPS location, it used to be, you know, pretty much 1,000 milliseconds or once a second. Back when that stuff was working perfectly fine, that's the rate that it was actually working at. But since they discovered that and talked back to Niantic and them about it, then all of a sudden it started updating more than once a second. They started changing the update rate that it checked the actual GPS location multiple times per second, basically killing everybody else's way to spoof on Android, and then number two, killing people's data. There's several people out there that don't have unlimited data, you know, that are working off of like 2 or 4 gig or whatever, so they don't need PokemonGO to sit there and check the GPS setting, you know, multiple times a second to see if they can stop people who are spoofing. If you check more than 10 times a second and report that information back to Niantic at that rate, yeah, you're killing people's data, and they're the ones paying for it, not Niantic. So when Niantic starts paying the phone bill of everybody out there that's spoofing and stuff, then they can check it multiple times a second all they want to. But until Niantic starts footing the bill for everybody, their internet and their data, I don't think that's fair for people that are on, a limited amount of data per month. Exactly. They just changed this about a little bit more than a week ago. They just changed it. But yeah, it's going crazy now, to the point where I set my update interval to 500 milliseconds, which is 2 times a second, and it was still teleporting me back and forth. So I don't know how many times they're doing it, but they're doing it way more than 2 times a second, because I can watch my guy spawn in, go like this, 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 before a second's out. It will literally have my guy turn in 2 different directions, walking back and forth in a spot of about this distance between each step. So yeah, they're checking and setting the GPS coordinates probably, I'm gonna say 12 to 15 times a second, which is pretty bad. That's a lot of data that's used, especially when it has to communicate those locations via data to the servers and vice versa, back and forth. No, basically all they're gonna do is they basically have stuck a fork in certain people that are spoofing on Android. But the people that actually know about spoofing anyway are gonna turn around and buy an iOS device, especially when you can buy a 5S for like $50. There's no reason not to at that point, because then you basically have a throwaway spoofing device that Niantic can't even look to see what you have on, because Apple won't let them look to see what programs and settings you have on your phone, because that's your phone and it shouldn't be their business what's on your phone. All they should worry about is, are we playing your game? Yeah. Okay, well, are they spending money to play your game? Yeah. Okay, well, that's good enough. Shut up and stay off my user's phone. That is exactly what should have been said by Google whenever, as soon as Apple revoked their privileges and stopped them from doing that, the very next day Google should have done the same thing, because all they're doing is driving a bunch of users to another platform, and they're losing a bunch of users. That's all. I mean, they're not going to stop it, because there's people like me and a bunch of other programmers out there that can continuously just keep making spoof after spoof after spoof, to the point where the next thing I'm going to do is just make a variable rate spoofing application that basically randomizes the update interval in between it, and then it's going to sit there and monitor the data stream, and once it smooths out without teleporting back the other direction for more than a half a second, that's what it's going to set it at. And it'll be like that until the next time that it teleports 2 times in a row, and then it'll variably change it again. And then that's all you got to do is check the location. How many times are we teleporting back and forth? More than once? Okay, well, we need to try another rate. And we just set it from one rate to another until we find one that steadies it out, and then when it is, that's what we set it at until it starts teleporting again. Then we change it again. As long as the program is written by humans, it can be hacked by humans. Especially if people actually use their brain and start looking for those function callbacks that instead of spoofing and turning on mock GPS location and stuff, all they need to do is make another application that spoofs Google Maps. Once it acts like and reports to other applications that it is the Google Maps app, once it does that, then it can start getting all of those function calls sent to it instead of to Google Maps. And then once it gets those function callbacks, it can sit there and get which ones it wants and throw the rest of them away. That's why the applications on Apple work so much better than on Android, because the ones on Apple actually hook straight into those function callback hooks. So every time one of them is called, it's built right into Pokemon itself using those function offsets. Android did it the wrong way. They made the GPS spoofing app and PokemonGO two separate applications. Doing it that way allows them to use blacklist apps to check and to also do things like change the update intervals. If they made it together as one application using the function offsets the same way that Apple does, then it would be the end of game. There wouldn't be nothing they could do at that point, because the hack itself would be PokemonGO. You see what I'm saying? They could no longer use a blacklist application. They could not keep track of what other applications you had on your phone, because what's it going to do? Check for itself? It's going to check for another application called PokemonGO that has the same version number that the regular PokemonGO has. Don't think that's going to work. So yeah, there's a way to get around basically anything. Any game or application period that is written by a human can be hacked by a human. They've been doing it forever that way, including taking encryption routines off of the files, turning around, recalculating the CRC, then re-encrypting the file, and you just turn it loose out in the wild for people to use. I mean, it's the same difference. There's nothing they're going to be able to do. And then whenever they make a function call that says, hey, what's your CRC of this application? We just report back, this is what CRC is, and we report what the regular CRC value of the original PokemonGO is. That's what we answer back when they ask what the CRC is. And then they will have no idea that you're running a hacked version of the game, not a game and then a GPS hack on top of it. Yeah, it's not gonna work, dude. Why don't you ask all the people that have been dealing with hacks for Call of Duty since Modern Warfare engine ever came about? Pretty much all of the Call of Duties that Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games have released, pretty much every single one of them have used the same engine, and pretty much every single one of them, the hacks have worked since day one without basically changing anything. It's all the same thing. So, you know, that didn't work out for them. They've tried 9 million different ways to stop it. Everything from coming out with new CRCs to changing it with a new update every other week or something, you know, that makes the hacks quit working for about 2 or 3 days until they figure it out and changing the protocol, and then another update comes out. Same deal. and I'm pretty sure Niantic knows all this. All they're trying to do is they're trying to get Mystic 7 and all the other people that are bitching about it, they're trying to get them off their ass. That's all they're doing. They realize that this game has been out for how long now? How many people are still playing it that are legitimate versus how many people are spoofing still playing? And how much money, which one's spending more money on the game, do you think? And you know, Niantic, being a company ran by that culture